Say bonjour to Citroen's new electric Ami. Now I want you to concentrate here and not to point, snigger and make jokes about clowns' cars, because behind those gawky looks lies a very interesting idea. I also want you to remember that Citroen has a proud heritage of making weird-looking, innovative small cars very successfully. Think 2CV, think original Ami, think Mahari, think Citroen C0 Electric. Small, clever cars are what Citroen has always done best.
This is a revolutionary little car. In fact, you can't really call it a car because it's an urban mobility transport solution, a simple bare essentials box. Now, if it came to the UK, and we'll get on to that in a minute, it would cost around 5,400 quid, making it Britain's cheapest new EV by a county mile, and probably the cheapest new EV in the world. So this would give millions of people who could not otherwise afford to drive cheap, zero-emission urban mobility, and that is why the AMI is a game changer.
So is the AMI good enough to be in that automotive hall of fame like the original Mini? Possibly. It may only have 2 seats and no boot, but at 2.4 metres in length it takes up half a car parking space, and all those researchers over the years have told us that urban journeys in cars are usually 2 people or less. It's got a 5.5 kilowatt hour battery which you charge up in 3 hours from a domestic plug socket, and there are millions of those everywhere. It's got a top speed of 30 miles an hour.
And the battery range is 43 miles.
The ride is a bit firm, and the seats could do with a bit more upholstery, as my grandmother would say. Luxurious is not a word you're ever going to apply to the AMI, trust me. But the build quality seems really, really good, and it's fine for just scooting around town. This car, I keep calling it a car, this mobility solutions competitor is the bus. So you ask yourself the question, would you rather go on a bus, or would you have a little AMI to drive round in? I know the answer to that one, and so do you. And in France, you can rent it, buy it, or lease it. The monthly rental is 20 euros. I spend more than that on car magazines. The downsides are it could do with a bit more speed. You do feel very vulnerable in traffic, and other drivers treat you with total contempt. I've never felt so kind of invisible in a car before. It's slightly noisy. There's not that kind of electric car silence. It just needs a little bit more power. I mean, I have my foot now welded to the floor, 45 kilometres an hour, which in old money is what? But not very fast. That's what it is. Come on.
But 27 miles an hour is fast enough for the city. So if you think we should have the opportunity to buy the AMI here in the UK, then register your interest. 4,000 people already have, and put Citroen AMI UK into your browser, or there's a link in the description below.
So the AMI is the world's first truly affordable electric car. And if you sat down and said, right, I'm going to design a bare minimalist box for 2 people to travel around town in, this is what it would look like. So I think this is a glimpse of the future. We're going to be seeing a lot more city cars that look a lot more like this.